A total of 1,544 confirmed, 1,497 recovered, and 22 deaths, which means they have like 40-something active cases in the whole country.
COVID-19.
That's Spencer whispering about the New Zealand COVID numbers. This is the Keanews. Let's say it together.
The Keanews. What's gonna happen this week?
No.
Who knows what's gonna happen this week? It's been a long...
Can I open with a bold sentence?
Yeah.
Keanu's alone. The beat poets left.
No, did they leave or did they die? Because I know in one episode they died.
I know that we've seen their deaths, but I don't think they're dead yet.
Not yet.
I think that they left without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
It's been really hard for Keanu.
Yeah.
He was acing quarantine. He had a tribe. They had purpose. There was connection.
They had great snacks.
Oh my God, they ate well.
Oh.
They laughed well.
They had cured meats in the evening. It was like it was a medieval feast every day.
They started reading the Twilight series out loud. And a lot of people thought it was stupid from the get-go. But eventually everyone would sit around in the living room as they would pass around the Twilight series.
And they just read it. And they all pretended they were that girl. What's her? Kristen something.
Dunst?
Kristen? No. Kristen.
D'Souza. I know who you mean.
You know the one with
Yeah.
the face where she flips her hair all the time.
Yeah. She's a pleasure to watch, but not a great actor.
That's the one. So they were all doing that, and they thought, you know what? I have an okay time.
We saw Mom and Grandma and daughter leave last time.
They did.
And so, yeah, it was just Keanu on the ranch. You and I were there.
You spent a lot of time in that water tower.
Yeah, and you were in the conservatory doing your paint by numbers most of the time.
I was doing a lot of that. I also learned how to play the cello, oddly enough.
Huh.
Yeah, it was, I didn't know it though. It was one of those things, you know, when you go into deep meditation and you're like, don't quite know what's happening. I went into a deep meditative state for 14 days and came out a lauded concerto cello soloist. So that's cool. I have a YouTube channel now that's completely dedicated to my cello tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that I'm probably the proudest that I wrote a haiku that distilled my day's experience every day for all of quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really interesting. Your best one, how did that one go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today is like all. Every day blends to the same. Oh, it's nachos. Yeah. That was mostly my whole COVID experience.
You had a lot of nachos.
I didn't know when it was, and then I would be delighted by the snack that somebody was making.
Yeah. I put those snacks in that bucket and I just whipped that right up to you every time.
I felt really connected but alone. People often would come and stand around the bottom of the water tower and sing to me.
That's true.
Just as a thing to do, and the way that the sound echoed off the water tower was magical.
It was still really weird that still you insisted on peeing into that bottle and then emptying the bottle over the side rather than just peeing over the side.
I kind of like having my dink pressed up against a bottle.
You know, I can't blame you for that.
No. Now, you slept in a pile of bags.
Like handbags.
The whole time.
Yeah. Handbags,
You collected everyone's luggage.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
You know, this is a funny story. You know me. I've always had a bad back. You know me.
Yeah, creaky dwarong.
Oh, that's what everyone calls me. Yeah. So when people would enter the ranch, first of all, they come in and go like, wow, what is this amazing studio you've created? And I would tell them about my artisanal paint by numbers.
And they'd be like, I've always wanted to paint a Japanese maple tree sitting on a bluff. And you'd be like, I've got one right here for you.
paint this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
here's your number code and
Yeah.
your little pots of paint. I
Yeah.
made those myself.
So I did that, and that went pretty well. I made a lot of money, Bill. A lot.
Well, Amazon wanted to partner with you for those paint by numbers bad.
And I was like, sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of stuff.
I'm a
Meditating.
TikTok star.
I'm a TikTok star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I became a TikTok star
Yeah,
for
you'd
my
put them
rhymes.
up.
And my paint by numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, then I started to sleep in the in a pile of purses. Okay, long story short, if you stack them correctly, you can get really amazing photos for your Insta. So,
Right. Good life hack.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zippy.
A bunch of purses. And then also later on, if you're like, oh my God, I don't have a purse, and you're going out somewhere, because you know when we
Which
enter...
we weren't.
We weren't. But then when I don't know about everyone out there, but I know that we found it a bit stressful as we're starting to like phase back into going into the world.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time you're like, I don't have a purse. You always have one.
I've moved back in with my partner.
Yeah, you
I
have.
left the farm. Okay, we can stop the music now. So I left. It was not unceremonious. We had a nice dinner. Yeah. It was time to get back to the regular world. You can't live on Keanu Reeves' ranch forever.
You wish you could, but you can't. But you can't.
Do you remember the last time you saw Keanu?
Oh my God. It was tragic and beautiful. We shared a moment where I felt as though he stared into the depths of my soul, and he put something in that soul that's been missing before then, and I've never been the same since.
He's for the last few days that I was there, he was just walking around wrapping people in these beautiful Mexican blankets.
Where did he get all of those Mexican blankets?
I assumed that he'd made them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I heard that you got a pair of his leather pants that he made.
I have a pair of Keanu Reeves leather pants, and they're spectacular. Yeah. It's like they were a part of me that I didn't know I was missing.
Yeah. That's how I felt about when he hugged me.
Yeah.
It felt like I disappeared into an abyss, a beautiful abyss.
Yeah.
And then I reemerged again as a lauded concert cellist.
And he also gave you his grandfather's walking stick collection.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I actually created my first cello out of when I was in that deep meditative state. Is I built a cello out of a walking stick.
Right. It's like it's not that you already within you knew how to play the cello. You also knew how to make a cello.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
People are rarely luthier savants. You, however, one of a kind.
You know, I don't want to brag about I hate to brag about myself. You know that about me, Bill. You know that about me.
Yeah, but you are a girl who will sleep in an I'm Great t-shirt on occasion.
Only because Keanu made me 10.
Oh.
I'm lying. I made myself 9 of those.
Yeah.
He made me 1, though.
Yeah, you thought, that's a great idea. I'll have more of these.
I just screen printed more. No one wanted them, though.
No.
That's
Well, he'd already made the screen to do the printing. You might as well have just printed a few more up.
That's fair. You have one now.
Yep.
But I made it into a gown for you, and it looks fabulous.
Yeah, it's like an old-timey nightshirt with a little slit up the side, but it drapes right down.
Drapes right down. But the slit, I will say, goes a bit high.
Oh, no. I love having sex in the nightshirt. I'm not going to lie to you.
Respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Keanu, he was combing a horse in his stable.
Yeah.
He threw me his saddlebag. Inside there was a series of novels he'd written about our experience, and we were all characters in them. It felt really special and important.
That's great. He made me a graphic novel. But it wasn't printed. It was just like it existed in my heart. You know? Like I know that I saw it, but I don't know where.
Right.
You know?
He gave you the experience of having read a great graphic novel.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back in the world. The economy has to move forward, and we have to be brave and safe.
Yeah.
But I worry and miss Keanu.
Yeah, we all do. What do you think he's doing right now, Bill Wood?
I can see him fishing and whittling at the same time, which is really hard. But he was so good at both of them, he had to make it a challenge.
Yeah, he's. I would imagine he's doing both.
When you can think about a bird and your fingers, a piece of wood and a knife, produces it. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting, especially when you're fishing for, like, you're doing the opposite, like you're fishing for something in the water, which is the opposite of a bird when you think about it.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate to spread gossip, but as we know, Keanu is a bit of a matchmaker.
Yep, for sure.
And so I will say that I have heard that recently he's decided that he's going to see about this idea of blending the sea world with the air world.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hooked up a porpoise with a seagull, and wow, did they hit it off.
Yeah, the seagull originally was dating an otter, but it was really hard on them. You can't eat your mate's eggs and expect things to be okay.
Yeah, you can't expect that to be okay. That went, I mean, it was good in the beginning. It was great in the beginning.
They were great together.
They were great, but yeah, you eat one of your partner's offspring and things go bad.
But the way that they were together was like electric. The banter, the rhythm of them together.
Yeah.
They made a party fun.
Yeah, it was cool. We had them at a number of parties.
Yes.
Wow, it was exceptional. And
I've
one of them
never
juggled.
laughed so hard.
No, they were wacky.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them, and they spoke more languages than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, very accomplished.
So
that, I think that's a great thing for Keanu to be working on.
I know.
It's going to keep him busy.
Yeah.
It's a direction to move in. Because, as Keanu always said, you have to have a direction.
Yeah, and then he also said that other thing. It was something along the lines, I always know that you always remember the second half. The first half is something like, don't forget that's what you're doing, because
when you lose yourself, you've got nothing. Yeah, he's a wise guy.
He's a wise guy. Don't forget that's what you're doing, because if you lose yourself,
you have nothing.
You have nothing. So I think we can all just know that that's true.
Thanks, Keanu.
Thanks, Keanu.
And thanks for listening. You can send mail to Keanu's ranch. It's in Elmsdale.
Yep, it's in Elmsdale.
If you just write that on an envelope, the postman will take it to Keanu.
Yeah,
they're all pals up there.
To Keanu, who lives
on
the ranch in Elmsdale,
in Elmsdale,
Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
It'll get to him. If you're wondering if he's sad, a little bit, but I think he's always a little bit sad. I think he finds satisfaction in his sadness.
I think he knew this was coming the first day we all arrived. And I think that it's always been an underpinning of the whole interaction that adds a bit of poignancy. But it's hard because Keanu's always a little sad.
Yeah. I think we should sing that song together that we sang around that campfire that very last night.
Yeah.
As the flames were blazing, we sang, "Oh, Georgia, oh, Georgia, my dreams have come true in Georgia."